So long.
The riddles.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Can anybody watching hear us? I restarted the
Hello.
stream after restarting Streamlabs, so let's see.
Yep.
You can hear us?
You got voices.
Hooray!
Oh, cool.
Okay, so as is typical for our stream, we had some technical difficulties that none of us fully understand. So let us catch you up from what happened. Darius was looking at the comic book and realized that when looking at the artifact that is the comic book with the artifact of Iris's glasses, he can see a map to other artifacts. And that when looking at these artifacts, after they've been collected by the group, their light glows solid to indicate that it had been found. The next location was somewhere in Zindar, in a very dark place, in a town with a dark sky that seems somewhat red. After this happened, Ashoka rejoined the group in Old Man form, challenging Vorgana, the newly reappeared sister and member of the party, to a challenge of both strength and mind, as Vorgana was forced to answer riddles.
Wait, so we lost that audio?
I assume so.
No, that was such quality.
I know. I know. We always lose the best stuff. We lost the like you guys saving people from the house. It's okay.
We also lost when
Anybody listening in the future right now, just believe me, it was hilarious.
I also learned about Ashoka's pants.
Ashoka's hammer pants.
The hammer space.
Hammer space, yeah.
The hammer space.
The hammer space within Ashoka's pants, which had once been created by the pure active will and wrangling of the void. These hammer spans now contain extra dice, glass shards, bombs, and crossbows. Since then, they have been discussing their wants for the day of the refresh, which includes talking to a woman in a blue coat who spoke to Darius, understanding more about the blue tiefling thus far, trying to understand what the wilds are planning in the form of listening to Nekta, who mentioned a Tarask, and listening to Iris, who heard Enoz's warning about a triumvirate, about 3 important people in the wilds with druidic power. Who Darius, Ashoka, and Vorgana know about through various means, through travel on the seas and or a session that they weren't through together before with Oliver, and or perhaps Darius overhearing things from the Elven Council at home. Are we roughly caught up?
Also the bombs. The bombs are on the north side of the city.
Oh, yes.
Bombs are on the north side of the city.
And there are 2 bombs in the hammer pants.
There are 2 bombs. Yep. And with that being said... What are you guys?
Is the other war machine on the north side of the city? It's not in the city, right? It's beyond the city in the north.
I'm not sure. Just the north side of the city.
Well, if they're trying to blow up the wilds, I would assume it's not in the city. I would assume it would be pretty far away from the wall.
Yeah. But something that we also know in addition to that is something's being planned with the city center that might involve the worms, perhaps?
Well, something already happened with the worms, which is that a bunch of things collapsed. Exactly. I don't think that's the plan, though.
For the city center?
Yeah, I think the way... what was her name? The person we just talked to made it sound like that was the doing of someone within the city.
Right.
Thega. That was her name.
Okay.
The worm... So, yeah, I think the city center thing is something different.
So who's doing the worms? Is it gone? Is it...
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, why?
I don't think Excelsior would have, because they were helping us save people.
Yeah, it's true.
And Gone is the only group I can think of. And like Iris said, they're trying to take over the city, so that would be a perfect reason.
Maybe Gone is behind both the worms and the bombs. And maybe they're not going to put them outside the city, but maybe inside the city. Just to reach...
The person that I talked to about the bombs, he did kind of mention that the bombs were moved for fear of the worms setting them off. So whoever moved the bombs had a pretty good understanding of the worms, I suppose. So that's not a bad idea. It's not a bad.
I feel like we need to find this blue tiefling, and that's gonna help us out a lot.
Or we should get rid of the bombs first.
Do we have any leads on the blue tiefling?
Well, if we go meet the lady at midnight, she might be able to give us a lead.
Okay.
True. Or we could try to hunt her down on our own.
It's true.
Well, that's a lot of stuff to do in
You know what,
one
Darius?
day.
You know what we have to do? We have to split up.
No,
What the party? Oh
We
no!
have to do a montage sequence.
I think we should all go meet the blue uniform lady, inform her of the blue tiefling is the one who did all the underdark stuff with the worms, and not the drow lady. So we won't be in trouble for that anymore.
True.
Then
Clear
we
good
can
name.
try to find the bombs or whatever. We can tell the lady what we know about the bombs. Maybe she can help find them.
True. If we all look on the north side. What time of day is it? How close are we to midnight?
It's literally the morning.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, we
that's what I thought.
should do some more stuff.
So we have a lot of time before we meet with her.
Yeah.
So we could try to find the blue tiefling on our own. We could try to find the bombs on our own. We could go find out more about the Terrask.
Well,
I
here's
think
look at this
I
neat,
read some, huh?
look at this neat model I made. It's a model of a terrace.
Where?
Darius has crafted from the wood and refuse of the floor of the forest a scale model of the Tarrasque.
I see.
Took him a few tries, but even at scale, it's very large. It fits onto both of its hands, and he has to kind of balance it. It is a mountainous beast. It is strange to see something so big made to be so small.
So what do we know about the Terrace?
What did you all roll on your nature checks? 17.
I got a 20.
No, you did not.
Come on.
Vorgana got a
17.
17.
You got 17.
Vincent and whoever else wishes can also roll a nature check. Darius, I'll say that you've done enough with your model. Ashoka, if you would care to as well.
A nature check.
Uh-huh. Yes, Darius, I know you know it's big. I know you have books. Ashoka, if you would. Okay. Vorgana,
Yes.
you have actually heard of or seen this creature perhaps in a book before, or perhaps you heard it in old war tales. A Tarrasque is considered a gargantuan monstrosity. It is considered a titan. It has many large bone-like spikes coming off of its back and down its arms onto a long tail, thick muscled legs, and arms that reach forward with 3 fingers, and more spikes along the sides, with like claws, 2 front kind of bone spurs sticking out, almost like a almost like tusks of an elephant that are cut short and above its eyes.
Whoops.
Rows of
Yeah,
sharp
that.
teeth, and then
Oh god.
and
I was
then
trying to show you guys the image, but that did not work.
Whoa.
it's all right. And then 2 smaller spikes, almost like a beard, coming off of the bottom of its chin. It is extremely large, and you can start to understand now. We're kind of thinking back, as you begin to describe this, and as you all begin to picture this thing that Darius made as a model, as big as he's describing it, you can now see why Necta, when she said, "Oh, it's rumored that parties they've sent out to find it have not come back," you can easily see as to why that would be true.
Yeah.
So maybe they won't come back with it at all. Maybe it'll just be a fluke and nothing will come of it.
Do you guys remember the game that Oliver used to kind of talk about called Call of
Called what?
Cthulhu? Do you guys remember
yeah.
that?
I remember
Okay,
that.
so we need to stop the triumvirate. I don't know if I'm saying that right. We need
Triumvirate.
to stop them from creating this or summoning this monster, just like how Oliver would talk about stopping the cults and getting them to like summon the monsters, the Cthulhu monsters.
Oh.
So we gotta stop them before they create this monster, otherwise we're gonna die.
Well, how do we do that?
Wait, do you guys remember how Oliver described the triumvirate?
I don't.
Well, I don't think we were there.
The triumvirate or the Tarrasque?
The triumvirate.
When he kind of mentioned it.
Do you guys remember Oliver?
Vaguely.
I pull out my drawing and I'm like, do they look like this? Oh my god. That
All
yes?
three of you, Darius, Ashoka, and Morgana, make wisdom checks.
Oh my goodness.
I'll roll yours for you, Darius. Ashoka and Morgana.
Oof.
Wow. Come on, Darius.
Big
Oh!
Ashoka,
Sure.
you saw a vague illustration of something like them before, and it appears to be similar. The
What?
headdresses are what catch your eye.
Okay.
Just
What? Okay, what? Is this them?
I mean, the Shoka shrugs. I mean, you tell me.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
It's gonna cost you. Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, thank you.
Oh my god.
I saw them in the woods when I was looking for you,
Who?
which means they're probably in the process of summoning it right now.
Oh yeah, I heard that too. Huh? What do you know?
So we should probably stop them?
I have a
But
better
how?
idea.
What?
What?
What's your better idea?
I have a better idea.
what?
That's what you
Let's
just
hear
said.
Out with it, old man.
Oh,
Shake him around.
I didn't.
Out with it.
You just shake me until it gets in. How about instead we join them?
Join them.
What?
Like
Hear
what?
me out. Hear me out. So these people, you say, according to the DM, wink, are going to release a giant monster, right? Is that
Sure,
correct?
yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yes,
Okay. Hear me
according to
out.
Oliver, yeah.
Hear me out. In the latest Godzilla movie, there were a bunch of monsters, and the strongest one fought the others. So I think it's good to have a monster on our side.
What?
So you think
Well-
the Tarrasque is gonna be like Godzilla?
I mean, I really hope so. In the second
They
one, at
summoned-
least.
They summoned
mean,
the
that would be
Tarrasque
pretty
with
cool.
a heart of gold.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Some of us will have to die.
Well, I mean,
Or we
Ashoka,
could
if you're
just
willing to
stop
go on the
them.
line for yourself.
I think if we all just pull together our magic slap bracelets, we can accomplish great things.
I mean, he brings up kind of a good point. Is there any way to kind of control or reason with the Tarrasques?
I brought up a good point.
Can we
Wow.
can we roll some kind of like check, like intelligence or wisdom, to figure out this Tarrasque can be reasoned with?
Go ahead and roll basic intelligence checks for me. All three of you who know what it is vaguely.
I know everything.
Dang.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice.
High roller tonight. First
So
time
Darius,
in a long
right?
time, everyone.
Darius, right, sorry, that's me. I'm not just reading about Tarrasques, I am also thinking about Tarrasques as a wizard man. Where is the intelligence?
The illusion is shattered, Granny.
I'm so sorry.
Not
This-
from all the
Nice.
times Nick broke the fourth wall.
The three of you think and recognize almost instantly that a Tarrasque, by the way that it is, by the fact that it's considered a monstrosity, by the fact that it's a titan, is not unlike a force of nature in and of itself. It would be like trying to reason with an earthquake or a hurricane.
We can do it.
No, we can't.
Well, true, Doris. You're right. Yeah, I feel like we should probably just stop the triumvirate then, before they summon these creature.
Or we could maybe roll some cool things.
We could roll a chaos roll. I'm just kidding. Wink.
But
Why
yeah,
is everyone winking?
It's literally
So
just me and
confused.
Morgana.
I wink at Ashoka.
Alright, and Ashoka just blinks back at him violently.
Maybe we could go reason with the triumvirate. Sounds like
Try.
easier
Yeah, that's
Easier
what I was
than trying to stop an earthquake.
Yeah,
True.
easier than Carnage too. Killing it.
thinking. And if that doesn't work, we can kill them.
All right. So plan B is to kill
Sweet.
them.
I have
I'm
a
glad
better
one person
idea.
agrees with me.
We
What
could
if
give them
we-
riddles.
You know what? I was gonna say that.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. All on the same wavelength. It's good.
I put my arm on old Ashoka. Say, you've taught me well.
Yeah. Well, you know, I was also gonna say we could just run away and leave.
Well, I mean,
Go get some Denny's or something.
that's plan C,
Garden.
but that doesn't sound as good.
What do you like IHOP more or something?
Yeah, I'm more of an IHOP person.
You know what?
You really don't remember
We
me, do you?
were not raised by the same family, it seems.
Well,
I just slide in from the side of the screen right up to Ashoka's ear, and I'm like, Olive Garden.
You could build 100 different lasagnas.
Olive Garden
There's 100 ways to enjoy lunch.
for the win.
All right, so you guys have continue.
Or we could go collect Iris
Oh.
and maybe the orphans, Tink.
You mean the one who I made an orphan?
No, different one.
No,
Different
Not
one?
that
Okay. I'm not responsible for?
No.
you're not
Okay,
responsible.
cool.
Maybe we could just go get Iris and Oleron and Tink and head off to Zindar.
What do you mean?
Star Wars.
The day before the refresh, when who knows how many people are gonna die?
They should have thought about that.
Yeah. We're not the cause of it. What's going to be, whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see.
You cannot tempt me with your illustrious voice, Darius.
He tempted me. I'm all in it.
I would have agreed with you a day ago. None of this is real, but this is where we are, and I don't know if we can just walk away that easily.
I mean, I can't, and that's why I'm on his back.
Are you still on his back?
Right now, I am.
Yeah.
I'm giving him a little
Yoda.
massage.
Ew.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. You got a lot of knots in your back.
Yeah, I know.
You've been fighting a lot or something? Or?
Something, yeah.
We
Alright.
don't have to leave yet. We can still try other things, but if worst comes to worst, we could just gather our friends and carry on.
So
Isn't
who are
there
our
something
friends
that
here?
I don't consider any of you friends, really. I just know you.
Who are our friends? Would you want to leave Ramu? Would you want to leave?
No?
Definitely not the orphans.
Definitely leave the orphans.
We can't just uproot. We cannot just uproot Tink and say, "Hey, come with us." People that you don't even know. We can't do that.
Yeah.
She already knows this.
She knows me, if anything.
That's a bummer.
You know what, old man Ashoka?
What are you gonna do? Hit me?
Roll initiative. Okay, well,
I
just an
think we're
idea.
too far. We're too far into this to back down. And I personally know I wouldn't feel right just leaving a bunch of innocent people behind in the real world. I
Okay,
don't know
so
if
the
this is a
Boy
dream or
Scout says
not.
we should stay. What does everybody else think?
The what?
I mean,
I said the
I'd
Boy
rather
Scout thinks
try.
we should stay.
I feel like
Pam
running
agrees with
away
me.
is like
Just
plan C or B or D. Plan C or D for me. I think we should stay and try and stop this first. Also, I'm in a robo body, so are they really gonna kill you guys?
Wherever,
Fine.
wherever Vincent goes, I go. Because I'm on his back, and that's the only reason.
All right. So,
DM,
yes.
what does acolyte mean?
Acolyte means
Because apparently that's what I am.
acolyte means that you studied at a certain order or church, which you did. You studied with the monk order of the Mother and Father.
Even I knew that.
Well,
How
you
did
know,
you not know that?
you know, I'm not collecting, trading cards all day with my free time.
That is part of your background. That is part of your background, along with the other things that you and I both know have happened to Ashoka. That is the secondary part of your background after life on the high seas unbidden, if you will accept that as an explanation.
I wish you didn't know so much about me, DM.
Sorry, honey, that's how this works. Okay. So, is there a particular reason you were asking that?
I was just looking at my character sheet in game,
Okay.
and I see acolyte, and I was like, oh, coyote. No, that says acolyte.
All right. So,
And then I realized I might be slightly dyslexic, and I should probably see a doctor.
it's more than all right. So, do you guys have consistent plans for the day, or is there more that you feel you need to talk out? What do you all want to do?
Okay, so we know for sure what we're doing at midnight,
Yes.
but
Yeah, we should definitely do some more stuff before that.
I think we should. I think the most pressing matter right now is both trying to stop the triumvirate and trying to get rid of the bombs.
Oh, God.
We should figure out where the triumphant is.
The
Maybe we
triumvirate.
pinpoint. Maybe we could
The
pinpoint
trumpet?
there. We need to find the trumpet, guys.
I think we already know where they are.
Oh, do you guys know where they?
Yeah, I heard them, and I walked by them, and they were just a couple hags just doing some stuff.
Were they really just out there in the open, the three of them?
I mean, yeah, I was slightly considering hanging out, maybe killing them, but I was in a clear headspace then. I wasn't old.
Oh, okay.
I
So what should
thought
we
they
do
were
first,
floating
then?
in the tops of some trees.
Yeah, I was up in the trees. I didn't trust the river.
Okay, so what should we do first? Should we go find them and kill them, or talk to them, or reason with them, or should we find the bombs, or should we split up and do these things?
I have the bombs.
You don't have all the bombs.
How many others
How
are
many
there?
bombs are? I guess
There's
one
four
last question.
more.
4 more.
So
Okay.
someone else has them in their other hammer pants?
I say we go kill the triumphant first.
Yeah, I'm down.
I
Why
mean,
don't we just
reason
do
with them.
two things at once?
Okay, me and Vincent, since I'm on his back, we'll go kill people. He's pretty good
No.
at that. I'm also pretty good at killing people. I did it unintentionally, but it still happened.
I mean, he's not wrong.
So we're probably the best
You don't think
killers
we
here.
should just reason with them first?
Yes, we absolutely should, Darius.
Vincent, run. We gotta get to them first.
I just did.
Let's go reason with them.
His spurs in Vincent's side.
Let's go.
He suddenly has spurs.
What?
Roll. If you actually want spurs, you know what you have to roll. Do you actually want spurs?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Roll a d6. Let me see if you get a bonus or not. 1 second. Are you
Something
doing
else to keep in. Oh.
Is
There
it
you go.
slash roll or roll slash? I forget again.
slash
Slash
roll
roll.
1d6? Let me see if you get
A
a
million
bonus.
times.
1d6. Beat that.
You
She
feel
said to wait.
Oh.
She said to wait.
It's all
She
right.
said 1d6 was the way to the Spurs, so I rolled 1d6. Do I have my Spurs now?
You feel something prickly almost on the inside of your
Oh my
skin, like you might have gotten
Are you
bone
serious?
spurs on the back of your heels, but you do not
Oh.
feel spurs on your boots with which to
Uh,
kick
Oh.
Vincent.
Ew.
I just lean in Vincent's ear and say, next time.
Do you let people know that you have bone spurs now?
Oh, yeah, I told Vincent because now he has to carry me for sure.
no, that's not true. Also, that's
That's true.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Vincent,
You
Can
can
you not-
always walk.
can you not put me down because of my bone spur problem?
I mean, it's
Why
super
don't you
gross,
turn
but I don't
into
think
a
it's preventing you
giraffes?
from walking.
You know what? It's gonna hurt. It's not gonna feel great. Right? I mean, you listen, I'm gonna be honest. Not entirely sure what a bone spur is. I don't know the spurs I wanted, but I don't know the spurs I have now.
Have you seen it? Because I'm looking
Here,
at it right now, and
let
it's
me
like,
let me go in my
this is
mind's
very
eye.
gross.
Google.com.
Or you can just look down at it.
Spur.
Make a medicine check.
You can always walk. You can always ride the magic carpet, or you can turn into gas. So
Or you know what? My gas takes key, and Vincent's already here. Oh, that's
What are you gonna
disgusting.
do when we're fighting people? Are you just gonna stay on my back?
Oh, sick. That's gross. I have that. Can I roll to not have that?
Roll a medicine check.
Where's my medicine? Oh, I found it. Okay, here we go.
Oh,
You're currently unsure of how to treat a bone spur.
Hey,
drink
Do you
some
want me to
apple
just like
cider.
break them off?
I don't want that.
Are you sure?
Can I try healing the bone spurs?
Yeah,
Make a
someone
medicine check.
It would be
Everybody make a
very easy
medicine
to just
check.
break them
Oh.
off.
Unfortunately,
Like
you are
snapping my
also
fingers.
unfamiliar with bone
Okay.
spurs, or Ashoka is hard to kind of treat while he's wiggling around on Vincent's back.
Okay, short one.
Pam,
I tried.
it hurts
Oh.
when
Oh
she
my
touches
God.
them.
Actually,
Okay.
can I roll to or can I spin my pendant real quick?
Sure. What side are you turning it to?
Let's see. Okay, I cannot heal you.
Okay.
Can I roll a chaos roll?
To reroll? Sure. Roll a d6.
Please
Alright.
no. Oh my! You have no idea how bad this could go.
Roll a d6.
Oh goodness gracious.
Please. Oh no.
Okay, so you may now re-roll your original medicine roll.
Yes. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Please, sister.
So now you
Somehow, with the plea from your brother leaking through this crazy old man,
Wow.
you find just the right places to put pressure with the bandages on his heel so that the bone spurs do not hurt and he is able to walk. They are still there.
Yes.
They will still take treatment, but they will
Who
not
needs
hinder
treatment
him.
when you have chaos rolls? Vincent, I'm not getting off your back right now, just so you know, but my bone spurs are taken care of.
I'm not doing it.
That's good, I guess.
And
Oh my
in
gosh.
due time, you and
God.
I will become one. It's like an anglerfish.
I
Have
was
you
already in your pants, so we're
Have you
definitely
ever heard
getting
of how anglerfish become like one?
Ew.
closer. I
It's like
can't
something
say
like
that I have.
Well, basically, after they mate, the female just absorbs the male and it becomes a second appendage. That's
Okay.
good for you and me.
No, I'm good.
You will be the female.
All right, you guys. Okay.
We got stuff to do, folks.
I know.
As you guys,
Let's go.
hold on. I would like you guys to use the last 20 so minutes of this session to fully plan what you're going to do. We didn't get to the scenes we're acting out from this montage this time, and that's okay. We'll work through them, and hopefully the first
Are we surprised?
hour next time. So just finish planning out your day. Together, split up what you each individually want to do or do as a group. Plan it out, and that's what we'll jump into next time.
I say we
Okay.
confront the trumpet first.
Okay.
Triumvirate.
That
So we do have several things that we want to do. Darius, do you think that we should split up?
No,
Vincent, do you think we should split up?
I think you really want to split up, and
But
you're
I'm
trying to
asking you.
find
Split up.
my. I agree with Ashoka because we know exactly when the bombs are going off, but we don't know how long it's going to take to summon the Turast.
Okay.
But I don't know. That doesn't necessarily mean.
I mean, they're right there. They're right here. You know, we
Yeah.
still got time before our meeting.
That's true.
How long is it before the refresh actually starts now?
As far as you know, it starts at dawn the next day.
Okay. And that's when the bombs are set to go off, right?
Well, the bombs are set to go off once the refresh ends. So basically, once the new leaders could officially okay the bombs, is when they are immediately meant to go off.
What if we use
So
the
we have a
bombs
lot.
on the dress?
Yeah, I mean, we could use them on something.
Hmm.
But I still think that means we should go after the triumvirate first.
Right. So we have more time with the bombs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
So we'll go with them first. We'll figure out that first.
They seem easy enough to kill.
Okay. Maybe we could follow up with Eris and Kasha after that. See what they find out about Gon and the murders and stuff.
I mean, we can talk to them at any time, too. We have the stone.
True.
Or they have the other stone.
Yeah. Who has the other stone? Darius, do you have it?
yes.
Okay. So yeah, and then what after this? What after we go confront them? We have to go figure out the worms, right?
Olive Garden.
I think the bombs should be... I don't know. I mean,
So
the
we
worms
find
have kind
two
of
other
already...
missing bombs.
The worms are a problem unto themselves.
And they've
There
already
has to be
done some
something-
damage. They
They've
might
already
have done
done
all
damage.
damage they can.
A lot of people are aware of them because of it, so the people in the city can handle that. We've got other stuff we have to handle.
Mhm.
And we should go talk to the triumvirate right now.
Question for the DM.
Yes.
What do I remember about that room that I found?
Roll a quick wisdom check for me. Okay. The room that you found beneath the metal sheeting tunnel that led further into the city from beneath the temple and the clockmaker's shop. You remember the bones that were there within the dirt itself. You remember the thing that you had to encounter to get there. You remember the kind of acrid, strange smell that was in there. And you remember the kind of raised, almost blocks of dirt, or rather blocks of things that the dirt was covering. And when you use your divine sense within, you remember just the kind of, not as though something had been consecrated or deconsecrated or hollowed, but just that something so perverse to the natural order of life had occurred in there that it was it was almost sickening to be in there.
Okay. I tell them this because I wanted to remind them that we were supposed to go back and investigate that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure how related that is to what we're dealing with now, but I got a really bad feeling from it, and I don't think it's worth it. It should be ignored.
Along with that wisdom roll, you also recall a place that you had smelled something similar. Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
A place you had smelled something similar was when they had guided you carefully through the rotted remains of the spine of the wild.
Right. Okay. That's what it was. And I know it has something to do with the wilds and the decay of it. And everything's more interconnected than either side would like to believe. And I think that we need to investigate that room to figure out more.
Yeah.
So we have to fit that somewhere into the day.
Well, so maybe we can do that after we confront the triumvirate,
Okay.
because that would be... Well, I feel like I'm just worried. We don't know the time, like, that the Tarask is going to get summoned. We don't have any kind of timetable for that.
Right.
So I think we need to just stop and move very soon. And then after that, it's...
And the rot's been happening a long time.
Right.
Yeah. That's true.
So that's not as time critical as the Tarask and the bombs.
So we can do that and then check out the underground passageway that you found. And then what should we do? I guess it depends on how much time that takes. But
Yeah.
we should check in with Maud at some point, see how she's doing on the teleportation spell.
That's what I was thinking as well. Question for the DM again.
Mm-hmm.
Do I remember anything specific, like, that the blue tiefling was wearing, or that she was holding, or anything?
Make another wisdom check for me. Okay. You recall that she was wearing clothes of kind of a color that you don't usually see in Portwind. They were kind of like these acrid yellows, a little bit brighter than the kind of usual blues, grays, and browns that you find in Portwind, where it's mostly, workers and things. The same reason that Iris stood out, but opposite spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't remember her holding anything in particular, but you certainly remember her lingering around the temple.
So was there anything specific about what she was wearing, like an object, like object-wise? Like a pendant, or like something around her neck?
Not that you recall, but thinking back on it now, you can remember the slight scar that you saw marked in Vincent's book. You remember that on her face.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that I might be able to locate something she was wearing or holding, if I remember what it looks like.
You could try to locate her robes, or something about the robes.
Okay. So we could also try to find her at some point in the day, if we don't want to wait for the blue coated officer.
Yeah.
So first things first, talk to Trumpet. But we could go back to the room. We could try to find the blue tiefling.
Or maybe that would be a good time
Disarm
to...
the bomb.
What?
Yeah. Disarm or find arms.
When you say the room, do you mean the rot room?
Yeah. Below the, in the tunnel, or in the temple? Below the temple.
I don't think we have to do that before we find the bombs.
Well, because, it's related to the wild somehow, and I don't know if we would be able to get another chance to investigate it. Like, once we go find the bombs, we might get caught up in a lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe we might be able to find something after we defeat the trumpet as to where the bombs are.
Darius, I would like you to roll an intelligence check. Somebody else, I would like you to roll a wisdom check. Whoever wants
I'll
it.
do it.
Okay.
Oh God.
We should contact Iris and Kasha
Yeah.
after we investigate the room.
I'll roll Darius's intelligence check. Okay.
Oh, we didn't.
Okay. Darius, you recall seeing that the hypothetical deactivating agent to the bombs was the inverse of Silver Prime. So that tickles in the back of your head as well. Wisdom. Ashoka, you're not sure what's up, but them talking about the rotted parts of the wilds makes you kind of nervous.
Okay. I'm nervous.
It's because you rolled a 7. If you had gotten better, you would have known. Okay.
I'll try harder next time.
All right. Would anybody else, Pam or Vincent, would you like to roll an intelligence or wisdom check as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
Please, Vincent, just do wisdom.
Uh,
Come on.
Okay. Give it a go. Okay.
Can I do my chaos roll?
Sure, roll a d6.
I'm gonna abuse this now.
Okay, a 2.
What a failure.
No. 2 means you get to roll again with disadvantage.
Wait, okay, so that has to go again.
You re-roll the wisdom roll with disadvantage.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's all right.
I'm dumb.
No, you're not. It's a new mechanic. We're just learning.
Oh. It's
Okay.
debatable.
Slightly better.
Um,
Very slightly.
Practically nothing.
2 more.
you just try to consider your mind flitters back to all the different people that you've met in the city and whether or not who amongst them might have more information and or who amongst them you want to protect beyond just telling them to get away.
Yeah.
Can I roll to help them?
In what way? Do you want to try to provide some outside wisdom on the situation?
Yeah.
I'll say roll a wisdom or a religion roll.
Okay, religion.
Okay. Okay.
Dang.
So it's kind of cloudy, but you can tell them the prayer that brought you here because that means something. Because the things you prayed is hyper specific. And if that prayer brought you here, it means something.
Okay. Let me find the prayer again.
Okay.
I know it's here somewhere.
Is there anything else we
the
should do?
Anybody else we should talk to or warn?
I have the prayer when you guys do it. Or I'll send it to the chat.
Okay.
Who haven't we talked to in a while? We haven't talked to Suaz in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't she leave?
No.
You guys remember my sister? We haven't talked to her in a while.
Well, Harrison or Vincent, do you want to try to
Yeah.
talk to Nomi before we go talk to the trumpet?
Before we... Maybe.
She might be able to help us or be some kind of, she might help us talk to them.
That's true. I'm just worried that if we don't stop them soon enough, that they'll be able to summon it.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
could, if you want to split up like you were saying, I could go over there, bring Nomi to you guys, and you could keep an eye on them to make sure they don't.
I don't think so.
Why not?
We're not splitting
I'm
up.
starting to feel like nobody here trusts me.
I trust you. I don't trust you with Nomi.
Such a dad thing to say.
I say we all fight the trumpet first.
But we don't
And
have
if
to fight
we
them.
just
I don't know
split
why
up.
everyone's so quick to fight them. We could talk to them.
I like
Well,
how you.
I mean, just like.
I like how you
combat
said
them,
it right
then
first,
we'll-
and then you corrected yourself to trumpet.
Okay. Couple other things. Pam, with that last wisdom roll as well, something tickles the back of your mind. Something that you had started out going to the temple meaning to do.
I wanted to get greater restoration.
Yeah. And then remembering something else about that you have to be a cleric to do that. Or go through something else entirely. But you remember something
Hello.
about being a cleric, which...
Yeah.
I'm a cleric.
Yep. And then, along with that, your religion roll, Vergana, lets you know that if this prayer brought you here, then the world is being shaped and you can be an influence on it. So, words of inability to affect things are patently untrue, or else you wouldn't be here.
So maybe we should go to that place you just mentioned, Poncho.
I'm sorry, what?
Maybe I'd be able to help in that specific thing with the greater restoration. You said something about greater restoration.
Do you have that?
I should.
I think that I wanted it mostly
do.
to restore Ashoka back, at least for now. Oh
Yes,
wait,
I do have greater restoration.
hang on a
nice.
second.
Don't touch me.
We also wanted that for a very specific reason to,
We were trying
restore
to
the
unstone
cursed
that
paladin.
one. Oh.
Restore the cursed paladin. What were you talking about?
One of the murderers that we kind of put into custody in
I think
Portland.
I think he's unstoned now.
I think so too, but just in
Yeah.
general, it would be good to be able to do.
I wanted to learn greater restoration so we can maybe restore the cursed paladin to the way he was, and then talk to him.
Well,
Yeah.
we could go over there if we have enough time. How many days do we have before
It's
all this
tomorrow.
shit goes down? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, so I think that we should talk to the trumpet, go restore the cursed paladin, go to the room. What else was on the list?
We should be writing this down.
I was earlier. Maybe find the blue tiefling and then disarm the bombs. Okay, let me retype it.
We'll disarm the bombs last.
Of course, the most pressing matter.
Do it last. To our most pressing matter last.
Dang it. Okay, so switch, talk to trumpet, and restore the cursed paladin. So we talk to trumpet, restore the cursed paladin, go back to the room, find the blue tiefling, disarm the bombs. Maybe. Does anybody object?
Yeah, I don't want to go back to that room.
Darius, we
Until
need to
after
find
we're
out
done
more.
with our stuff.
What?
We got other stuff to do before we go to that room.
We
What do
could
you
go
mean?
there last.
What else?
Or-
But when else will we get a chance to come back to the temple?
I mean, if it doesn't blow up or get destroyed by worm things, we should be.
Because when we go back down into the temple, we're going to be talking to the cursed paladin anyway, so we're still going to be in the relative space. But once we leave there, we might not ever come back and find out what's in the room.
Well, then why do we restore the cursed paladin first?
That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying why do we want to do that first? We don't.
But you wanted to.
I do want to restore him. Not first.
Okay,
Yeah.
in what order do you want to do this?
I think disarming the bombs should go third.
Okay.
Should go. Wait, or should go.
Wait, what is? I forget. What's
Talk
the
to
blue
trumpet.
What
Find
is
the blue
Shoka?
tiefling.
What is the blue tiefling? I forget.
Disarm the bombs.
The blue tiefling appeared up in Vincent's book of people to take care of that he has. That he doesn't know what is controlled by. Who was in the temple previously and who seems to be causing general trouble.
Okay.
Okay. So then what?
Or maybe we should disarm the bombs before the blue tiefling.
I think we should do the bombs last, just because in a theoretical timeline, we know that when exactly that's going to happen.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just thinking of it as like, what if we try to go do all this stuff and then we don't get to the bomb, and then everything
It's like,
blows up.
Oh well, we tried.
It's like, yes, we do have a time limit on that, but that just means that it is the one thing that we actually have a time limit, and everything else can go after.
I just
But
think
we're
it's
also
it's like a spatial matter. We're here now. We do what's closest to us.
Okay.
The bombs are on the north side of the city. We're not even near the north side of the city. We might as well do the things that are closest.
That makes sense.
But what were you saying, Vincent?
I forgot.
Listen, I think Vincent and I should just go see Naomi, go do whatever we do over there.
No, it's Nomi.
Oh.
Naomi.
Personal
And-
bias aside, I do think
Yes,
it would be a good
sorry.
idea to have someone from the wilds to
We
help us.
forgot about meeting the officer in blue.
Well, yeah, you're right. Okay, so
Yeah, that should be before the bombs, but after everything else,
that's
depending
what I
on
was
what.
thinking as well. Because these things will hopefully not take a long time.
Yeah. Or we should put, like, they're less important, so we don't have to prioritize them as much.
Yeah.
Like, we could skip them if we need to do
You
something
could skip
next
the
time.
blue tiefling.
But didn't you want to find her?
I don't care if we find her or if the authorities find her.
Okay.
I think we should only skip that if you don't have enough time.
Okay. So number 1, talk to trumpet. Ashoka, please don't put anything in the chat until I'm done. Then what? Restore the cursed paladin?
Okay.
Okay.
Go to the room.
Okay. And then maybe we can talk to the blue officer by that point.
Or find the blue tiefling maybe, just in case.
Just put
And
it on
then we
there.
can move that later if we don't have time.
Because if we find the blue tiefling, we can bring her to the blue officer.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
And then bombs.
Yeah.
It's not a high priority.
Is there anything we're forgetting? Do we want to talk? We should decide now. Do we want to talk to Maud or Nomi?
Well, you said Maud can help us with what again?
She has a really powerful teleportation spell that she could use to move the bombs to another location.
You're so rude.
Wait, wait, what did you say? I'm sorry.
Kill the bat. Oh my god. Set off the bombs. Oh my god. Okay. We're gonna go
In that order.
Perfect.
Okay. So what
Okay,
else
so
do we want to add?
Maybe in
I'm just-
between. Talk to Maud. Where's Maud located at? We
We can always message her.
Okay.
Maud is in the
That's
wilds.
Yeah. So we could literally do that right now. We could also catch up with Iris and Kasha right now if you want
Yeah,
to.
maybe we could send messages to Maud and Crocker.
Irish and Tasha are on their way to the city, so they probably haven't learned anything new.
How do you spell Maud? M-A or M-A-A? Oh, okay.
I just wrote M-O-D, but that works.
Oh, it's probably M-E-A-U-D, but
Yeah, no.
Okay.
my bad.
So where should we put that then? Catching up with our friends.
Talk to NPCs.
Yeah.
Talk to NPCs and tell
Should we
them
do
to
that
meet
first?
them. Tell them to meet us at the trumpet.
Oh yeah, we can literally just message Nomi. Maybe. So we can just, how about we just put that first then? We do that first. Talk to various
Darius-
NPCs.
Darius is going to have to use his send spell, though, and that takes up high-level spell
Oh.
slots. Do we want to do that?
Good point. Oh.
Maud, I don't think is too far away, and we could have someone from the, the Wild City place lead us there, because they probably know who Maud is or where to find her.
So we're talking to Maud about teleporting the bombs, right?
Yeah.
But if we know how to disarm them, do we really need her spell?
Do we
Well,
know
I
how
mean,
to
it
disarm?
might be a good.
I think
thing
Darius
to
knows
even
how to disarm them.
talk to her about.
We see the diagram, but we don't have the tools or the supplies to disarm them.
That's what you think, and then Ashoka goes for his hammer space and tries to pull out the tools.
Roll a wisdom check. Have you used your void roll this time?
I tried to get my spurs. I don't know if that counts.
It does. Yeah.
Ah, dang it!
Unfortunately, you are unable to find your hammer space, and you get the feeling that because you've already used your void roll this session, you wouldn't have been able to apparate a new thing in any case. But you can always try again next session.
You need to have more faith in me, DM.
Tell your dice that, my boy.
Okay, I gotta locate my hammer space to find them, and then I'll let them know.
Okay.
Okay, Darius, what do you think? I'll put the new list in the chat and we can adjust accordingly.
Okay.
Darius, please give me your honest opinion.
Talk to NPCs, yes. Talk to Trumpet, yes. Restore the Cursed Paladin. We can go down further on the list.
Okay.
After Maud,
So, Veronica, you have restoration, right?
yes, I have greater restoration.
Bless you!
So, what does that do?
It restores him before the curse.
Mm.
Okay.
Morgana, roll a wisdom
Wait,
check.
is that what it does? Wait, hold on.
I thought it cures like curses.
Roll a religion or wisdom check, Vorgana.
Okay.
You know, slot bracelets can really hurt sometimes.
Okay. Greater Restoration. You imbue a creature you touch with positive energy to undo a debilitating effect. You can reduce the target's exhaustion level by 1 or end one of the following effects on the target. One effect that charmed or petrified the target, 1 curse, including the target's attunement to a cursed magic item, and reduction to one of the target's ability scores, 1 effect reducing the target's hit point maximum. So it may work, but you're not entirely sure if it's powerful enough. From what you've heard, it's just a person who is cursed, so you don't see why not. But you guys hearing Vorgana say this are a little bit more unsure because you know the circumstances under which the paladin was cursed.
Yeah, he's been cursed for a long time. He's dead by now, right?
Oh shit! Yeah, he'd probably just die. He's like, thanks for lifting the curse.
Thanks, but
But you're not sure. You've seen impossible things happen now, even more so than when you first were playing this as a game. So
It would take us 5 seconds to try.
Oh, didn't work.
We'll see.
You died. Let's get out.
Exactly.
with that check as well, Vorgana, you think that maybe it may take the power of more than one person to do it, but you don't know anyone else in the group who has Greater Restoration.
I haven't.
Do you?
Yeah, watch.
Roll a wisdom check.
Done.
Roll a wisdom check.
Okay.
You
Wow.
lean your hand against the nearest tree trunk, and you guys all watch as his skin becomes unwrinkled. His hair falls out, but his skin is glowing, and he returns to the youthful Ashoka, and part of the tree flakes away in darkness.
Hello.
Whoa.
Could you have done that the whole time?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I could have. Thanks for suggesting it.
Well, together,
welcome back, brother.
with your powers combined, you and Vorgana, I'm sure we can restore the paladin.
Wait, did I say I could do that? Because I was probably lying as old man Ashoka. Shouldn't trust anything I say.
Well, that was kind of proof that you can do some sort of curse lifting.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Smart
Also,
DM.
All right.
we need to... Oh.
Yes, go on, Vincent.
I just want to make sure we know how we're going to talk to the NPCs. Are we going to use Darius's send slots? Is he okay with that?
Are we going to use passive aggression?
Well, we have the
can
sending
try
stone
that,
for
yes.
Iris and Kasha.
Yeah.
Maybe we can hold off talking to Maud for now, and
I think
maybe talk to
we can-
Nomi just because that's more pressing.
Yeah. I think we can hold off talking to Iris and Kasha too because they
Yeah.
are, like, still traveling to the city.
Yes. True.
All right. Darius, do you agree? If not with the order of operations on this, with the list as itself? I still hear the slap bracelet.
Oh, sorry.
yeah,
All right. Okay.
yes, I agree. Not with the order, but with the I agree.
Okay. So, with this general list of tasks in mind, you also, I will say this in a story way, you all feel both in your bones and in your metal assimilation of bones. You feel a great change in power coming, not just to the world around you, but also to yourselves. And I want to make sure you guys know, at the end of this next day as well, you will all level up before the refresh. So consider this to those of you who are considering multi-classing. Consider this, which I know to be a few of you. And keep this in mind as you think about the task you go through on your next day and what you're trying to learn and understand in this time. So, with a plan roughly set into motion, the return of a friend, and the return of...
Another friend.
of another friend, I was going to say. That is where we will draw a close to tonight's session with anticipation for next time.
Can we do that thing where we all put our hands in a circle and then
Oof.
like the classic soccer team?
1, 2, 3.
Let's go.
If you guys do it,
Hands
you do
in.
it.
Hands
I'll put
in.
my foot in instead.
Hands
Okay.
and feet.
I'm floating on my
I
red
put my-
carpet, so yeah.
Yeah.
You put your right hand in, you put your right hand out, you put your right hand in,
Hand in
and you shake it all about.
about.
And
Do
that's
the
how you
hokey
do it.
pokey, and that's how you. That's what it's all about.
All right, you guys. I hope you all had fun.
Yes, it was a blast.
That was awesome.
Hopefully, we don't get too distracted next time.
Yeah, I hope you all had
With
fun.
fiddles.
And with that being the end of tonight's session, would you all like to do your very special sign off?
Yes.
Cody,
Yeah.
since you're joining us, would you like to count it down?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
And
That's
just how we Good night, everyone. We love you all so much. Thank you for putting up with our technical difficulties. Good night and goodbye.
Bye.
If you guys don't know what bone spurs are, don't look it up.